Hello, my name is Josue Cruz, and here's 10 interesting facts of the 1980s. Cars. Made famous by Back to the Future, the DeLorean DMC 12 was an actual car produced in the early 80s. Production began on the car in 1981 under the designs of former GM executive John DeLorean. DeLorean Motor Company was struggling financially during these years, so DeLorean resorted to selling cocaine as a way to save his company. He was arrested in 1982, and though he was acquitted in 1984, his company closed down in 1983. Celebrations. Celebrations in the 1980s, Cinco de Mayo took off as a holiday in the United States, making it a bigger celebration there than it is in native Mexico. This happened as beer companies used the holiday as a marketing opportunity and manufactured a new market for the holiday through promotion. Fast food. When McDonald's decided to launch its own pizza in 1986, the news was met with some serious backlash. In fact, in an interview with the New York Times, Jack Levy, the president of Levy and Associates, the advertising firm responsible for Pizza Hut, Midwest Advertising said that the introduction of McDonald's pizza was likely to spark a pizza war. Entertainment. In the early 1980s, two entertainment juggernauts were released. MTV saw its debut in 1981 and became a massive hit by actually playing music videos. The first music video they played, Kill the Radio Star by the Buggles. Just before that, Pac Man was released in 1980, becoming perhaps the first game to create a sense of addiction throughout gamers in public. Toys. The popular toys Garbage Pail Kids, banned at countless schools in the 1980s for their gross depictions of children doing dangerous, mean spirited, and generally disgusting things, got to shine on the big screen in 1987 when the concept was turned into a feature film. Unfortunately, the movie never became as popular as the cards were, and it still has a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes today. Attack of the floppies. Apple was revolutionizing computers in the early 1980s, but their widespread use also had some unintended consequences. The Elk cloner was the first large-scale computer virus outbreak in history to hit, and was spread by floppy disk. As originally, floppy disks were used to boot a computer. Every time a computer was booted up, the virus would launch into unsuspecting user computers. Drought. With many other things to distract people, not many are aware that the United States suffered through a devastating drought in 1988, which decimated many regions of the country. Heat waves lead to deaths of up to 17,000 people, while 60 billion damage was accrued, upwards of 120 billion in adjusted values. Ecological tragedy. The Earth is still dealing with the aftereffects of the Exxon Valdez oil spill on Alaska's Blythe Reef in 1989. Up to 75,000 barrels of crude oil spilled into the remote and sensitive location, making it one of the worst ecological disasters in human history. The Summer Olympics. The 1984 Olympics were held in Los Angeles and take a wild stab at who boycotted these games. You guessed it, the Soviet Union. Seeing as this was when steroids and growth hormones were taking place, we may have missed out on some absolutely epic battles between the two world powers. Elephant. As elephants were nearing extinction due to large scale hunting, a worldwide ivory ban was finally introduced to protect the species in 1989 at the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora.